Hello everybody, welcome to part 2. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, then please go and watch it. But part 2 is just as awesome. And I've got no idea why I've came up this rock to film an intro for part 2 of the video, but I just have. So yeah, part 2. Let's go! So yeah, I'm pretty bad at whistling. I'll give you an example. Can't do it. I'm just terrible. I mean, I can get a little squeaking noise or a little hint of a whistle, but I just can't really whistle. I don't know why. Like, I've just never been able to do it. Like, give up. Yeah, I'm rubbish. Despite not being able to whistle, I've been very, very musical pretty much all of my life. I mean, I can click my fingers. I've always loved music and I've always been very, very musically minded. When I was doing my assembly classes back in primary school, all the kids would be singing nursery rhymes like la da 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 da, like kids do. And I would just sit there having full-on classical music playing in my head. I would have film scores by John Williams, Jurassic Park, Jaws, all sorts playing in my head. And usually I would have a lot of my own stuff as well playing in my head. And I would just be totally distracted. From a very young age, I've always been into music, quite complex music as well, like stuff that a normal 4 or 5 year old probably wouldn't usually listen to. Now I'm into rock music and electronic music and all sorts of music really, but mainly rock and electronic, especially rock. So, back in about 2006, I was in a drama group called the Phoenix Group. And this drama group was based at the People's Theatre in Newcastle upon Tyne, and it was pretty much comprised of all autistic people. And it's probably one of the best things I've ever done, because at the time my confidence was low, and it really helped bring my confidence out at the time. I had some amazing experiences there. I wrote scripts. One of them was called Smelly Apple. As you can imagine, my scripts were very crazy, let's just say. I've got a video clip of one of them. I'll give you an example.
Ladies and gentlemen, Helen versus Druggy.
I return to my war. Guns load.
Helen comes and a monster arrives!
Your pathetic sword arms are no match for my little pocket dagger. Ha ha! You flaming velvet. Ah! Why'd you slice me arm off?
In the background, the television switches on again.
Welcome to the News on 1. I'm Sally Freda and I have a daily news broadcast. AJ Chance and me, I'm dumping you.
The television starts again!
Hi, I'm a poor homeless person. I want to say a few things. I'm Egyptian. My picture is on the page of this book I'm holding. Now I present this, okay? This funny chair is a chair. And look at the chair, yes! It's up for auction for £9.50.
Cindy comes out holding a box with "Open if you dare" written on the side. There's also a button.
Next lot. Oh my god, what is this? If it's any joke, I'm selling it for -9. Prank's more likely. Try and press this.
Helen, watching the TV.
The betting channel's getting far too far-fetched now.
Sydney presses the button. Blink! Permanent death sequence activated! The box slowly opens. Warriors start spilling out of the box. Lords of Fighting starts in the TV studio. Spilling out of the box. Lords of Fighting starts in the TV studio.
Over!
Key cuts, cheesy music. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. To the television ad. Purcell, take your money out your pocket before you put it in the washer.
Leave my flaming eyes.
My arm, you nose-picking spooner!
Warrior!
Dark orange Buddha!
Fat spooner!
Will you shut up? I thought you demons could be trusted. Now that you called him a spooner, and you call him a freak.
Ow! Our fingers off! Ow!
Helen pulls out a shot. Warriors fall to the ground.
Thanks, stranger.
I have 8 shotguns. 1, double-barreled. Number 2, original. Number 3, natural. Number 4, classical. Number 5, futuristic. Number 6, machine gun, auto. Number 7, pump action. And number 8, tropical. Now, take your pick.
Monk 2, maybe classical.
Well, I always knew retreating.
Lucy enters, staggering around.
Oh, I get it now.
As the penny drops, Helen jumps on the arm and wrestles with it, then rips the bone from the arm.
I'm dead!
The end!
Sadly, I haven't really stayed in touch with a lot of the members from the Phoenix group, but I have fond memories. I mean, I've got a couple of them on Facebook, but I don't really keep in touch. But you've had an exclusive peek of one of my scripts that's actually been performed on stage, and I was actually allowed to do some of the lighting for one of the shows. I got taught how to do it, and I was behind the stage twiddling knobs and stuff, and that was fun. But being on stage was very awkward for me. There was a guy who came to the drama group who was visiting. He was interested in people with autism and how they work and stuff like that, just out of curiosity. But he was actually a musician and he had a recording studio in the centre of Newcastle. So one day he bought a keyboard, like a synthesizer, into the drama group, and he showed all the students. And everybody was fascinated by it, but me especially, very, very fascinated. I was like, pressing buttons on this keyboard, and I was just absolutely fascinated. My mum spoke to him, and basically he told my mum everything that he does, like he's got a recording studio and he makes his own music. And my mum asked him if I can actually go along to see his studio, and he said yeah. And we decided that he would pick us up every single week and take us to his studio. I got to spend time in his studio, meeting his friends. He used to take us to concerts, festivals, he used to take us on little holidays and stuff, and we made some music in his studio. He actually taught us how to produce music using a piece of software called Cubase, and we used to make music together. It was like drum and bass / breakbeat style music that he was into, and I've actually got some examples of that music because I saved a lot of the music I made for him from the time. And I know what you're thinking, I want to hear some of this awesome music. Well, it is pretty awesome. Roll it.
About there. Right, tell me when you're happy with that, Richard, and then we'll take her over to the drums. Right, Richard, what are you doing here?
I'm making a new song, Ghost Pie.
It's called Ghost Pie?
Yeah.
Okay, why did you call it Ghost Pie?
Because it's to do with food. That's going to be the big bake food song.
Yay. So what are you doing? Are you making sounds?
Whoa.
Hey, I like that.
Ghost Pie. Yeah? Big old.
Oh.
Good. I'm gonna call you Smiley Apple.
Smiley apple, because he's always smiling.
Yeah.
Hey, who was that? Was that the chair?
Naughty chair, naughty chair, naughty, 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 naughty.
Richard, he's blaming me for something I haven't done.
Dealt it.
Come on, don't be giving that to the camera, Pete.
I don't.
I am Lord Amel Studios. What's your name?
My name's Nick.
Oh, Nick's going red. Smelly apple. Nick's going red. The pressure.
Are you scared of ghosts in this building? Ah, the beat's quite different, right?
What's different about Richard? We need some feedback here.
The drums are like,
Is there more space?
yeah, more slower.
More what?
They're like shorter.
I'll
Oh,
tell you what, Richard. Do you want me to teach how to master this today?
yeah.
Alright, we'll give it, what we'll do, we'll give it once over, and then we'll go and master it. Nick's just had a haircut, you know, Smelly Apple. Shall we have a look at his hair?
No, that's where the hat's on. Like.
Come on, off. I've got his arms.
Release the hair. Release the hair.
No way.
Look, he's done. There's a map of Nick's world.
Alright.
Oh. Never noticed that.
How you doing today, Pete?
Not bad, not bad.
Anything you'd like to say to your millions of adoring fans?
No.
Richard's been working on Simpsons, making some decent noises. Do you want to tell him what you've been doing today, Rich?
No.
Alright, maybe not.
You're getting married, look. You're getting married.
Experimenting, well done. Richard, that sounded a bit pansy.
Try that one. And you can use that as an instrument and play it.
That's quite like Doctor Who sound, isn't it?
Another one.
I like that one. Exterminate. You interested, Nick?
I will get you.
Hello. What's you looking at, you freak? I ain't going to kill you all.
So, this fact directly relates to the last one. In my last fact, I was saying how I made music with that guy in the music studio. And if you're wondering if I make my own music, you're dead right. Around the same time, I went out with this guy to town to visit his studio, I downloaded a piece of software from the internet called MIDI Maker. Now basically MIDI Maker is a piece of software where you drag notes across the screen and you basically choose your instrument and you make a little song. But basically the program was pretty limited. You could only have a song about 2 minutes long in total. And basically the software uses General MIDI, which is a musical thing built in all sound cards. You've probably heard it in a lot of like video games and stuff. It uses a little synthesizer built into the sound card of most computers. So when it plays, that map triggers the sounds on the sound card to play a song. A bit like a musical box does. Like it's little spike things and it hits it and triggers the sound. Well, it does the same on the computer but like digitally. And that's where I do my first ever music that I made myself. So this one you're about to hear is the first song I ever made by myself. And it's called D Titan. And the reason I called it D Titan is because I originally made the song for a Doom map I was making. And all the songs were called D something in the Doom folder. It was like D Phobos, D Hell, D this and D that. So I just called my song D Titan. And I called it Titan because, I don't know, Titan sounds good. Sounds doomy, so yeah. And this is how the song goes. And basically I've made over 200 songs, so I can't really give you an example of every single song I've made on that software. But I'll give you a little montage of some of the songs I've made, and hopefully you like the sound of them. So, now I bet you're wondering, have I ever made music using other software, more professional software? And the answer to that is yes. And I used a piece of software called Acoustic and Mixcraft, which is a pretty awesome piece of software. It's not a well-known piece of music software, but it's one of the best out there, I think. I've made a lot of awesome songs on it. I kind of quit music production, not permanently, but I kind of just put it aside because of all the other art projects and obviously my social life and all that. But I mean, I've always kind of wanted to do music production. That's been like one of the main things I've wanted to do apart from filmmaking and art. So maybe one day I will pick it up, who knows. But here's an example of some of those songs. Get ready for awesomeness. Well, I hope you think it's awesome anyway. yeah, that's an example of some of my music. I hope you enjoyed that. So, a fact you may not know, or a fact you may know, depending on who's watching the video, is that I play drums. I only started learning 2 years ago at the college I go to. The college I go to is actually Autism College, and they teach you stuff like creative media and all that. I was basically inspired to play the drums because my brother-in-law is a drummer for quite a well-known band, and he's really good. And I've been learning the drums for 2 years, and I can honestly say I love the drums. Oops. I haven't got many video clips of his drumming, but I've got 1 or 2 I can show you. And they're not the best clips, but I might upload some better ones at a later date. But here you go. Here's me playing the drums. So, another cool fact, I'm actually in a band. Now, this band hasn't toured yet, and it's not really officially a band yet. Obviously, we were going to tour and that, but that got halted because of COVID. But it's made up of me, a guitarist, a bass player, and a singer, and we're basically 4 students, and we decided to call the band the Dinner Boys. I can honestly say I love playing in a band. Hopefully next year we can actually tour and do a first ever live performance. That's going to be so crazy, but I've been told I'm a really good drummer for someone who's learned 2 years. So hopefully next year, that's the year that we tour. Who knows? By then we might even have an album out. Who knows? Oh god. We've came to this one. I've been beatboxing for a long time now. I haven't took lessons, I've just pretty much taught myself. I'm completely self-taught. Every noise that I make when I'm beatboxing is all pretty much came from me. And I know what you're going to say. Please give us a demonstration of your beatboxing skills. Okay then.
Hello? I'm making a call to you. 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 Feel the bass. I've actually never beatboxed on camera before. I always beatbox into a microphone. I mean, I have beatboxed into a camera wearing a gas mask, but that's another story. That was just for fun. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the extent of my beatboxing. I mean, I've done better ones, but obviously the pressure of being on camera and doing that is a very strange experience indeed. And yeah, my beatboxing style is a bit weird. I'm aware of that one. I hope you got a laugh out of it at least. So, I'm this guy with a lot of musical talents, filmmaking talents, but I've got another talent, and that talent is drawing.
I've been drawing from a very, very early age. I actually started drawing in primary school. Every day we came into school, we had to draw what happened the night previous as a part of the lesson, like what did we do over the weekend, what did we do yesterday night. And for the writing part of it, I would be pretty generic, you know. I went to town and bought some stuff. But then for the drawing part, I would draw these really, really, really elaborate things. And sometimes I would get a bit carried away. Like I would say, oh, I went to the beach with my mum, but then I would draw this massive secret base under the sand and say, I built a secret base under the beach and I had the highest technology and stuff. In high school, I decided to do art as one of my subjects, and I actually got close to A-level art by the end of it because the teacher said I was such a good artist that they moved us up to one of the highest art classes. And I used to do still life paintings, but sadly I haven't actually got a lot of those paintings anymore because I actually lost them. I left them in school on the wall on display, and I've never seen the paintings since. I mean, I did ask the school if they've got the paintings anymore, but no one seems to know what's happened to them. And it's something I'll never live down. I'll never live down the fact I haven't got those paintings and drawings and stuff. I mean, I've got a couple. I've got this one. That's about it. That's the only still life that actually survived. When I got my first computer, I was straight on to Microsoft Paint drawing loads and loads of pictures. Basically, I would have all these cartoon series and TV series that I had in my head. I had a crazy imagination and I would draw characters, and I transferred my art skills to the computer. Basically, I got better and better as I went on. It's not until about 10 years ago that I actually got really, really good. I joined a website called DeviantArt and I started doing my own digital art. I downloaded this piece of software called Paint Tool Sci. It's actually mainly used for anime artists and stuff like that. But I decided to give it a go and I just practiced and practiced and practiced. Yeah, digital art, traditional art, any type of art I love, especially drawing cartoon animals, if you can probably tell, but I pretty much can draw anything if I put my mind to it. Drawing has always been a big hobby of mine. So, cooking has to be one of my favourite things to do. I make curries, I make all sorts of crazy things. I did a lot of cookery lessons in school, and I guess ever since then I've loved cooking. Like the other day I made my own homemade pasta using pasta flour. It took flipping ages to do, but it tasted lush. I love to bake. Yep, I love to cook, but I also love to bake as well. And the thing I like to bake the most is cakes. I've also done other things as well. I've done pastries. I really wish I could give you one of those mince pies through the screen, but maybe one day if I ever have a cake sale and you happen to be there, you might be able to taste one of my sweet mince pies that I've made. So yeah, this happened. So I can't remember exactly what year this was, but it was New Year's Eve and I was having a little party with me mum, and we got a couple of Indian snacks in from Morrison's and watched a film. And at the time there was about 3 bottles of Coca-Cola in the house, And for some daft, stupid reason, I decided to drink all 3 bottles of Coca-Cola. I got the first bottle and kept pouring it and pouring it and pouring it and kept drinking it. And I don't know if I was just feeling mega thirsty or what, but I just kept pouring them and pouring them and pouring them. And I just kept drinking and drinking and drinking. And I pretty much suffered the consequences, let's just say. I basically started burping uncontrollably. I was like... I basically couldn't stop burping, never mind going to the toilet every 5 seconds. Sorry if that's TMI. I started feeling really sick and like, I thought, have I got food poisoning or something? And for some reason, my brain didn't seem to register the fact I had drank 3 1.5 litre bottles of Coke. Blamed it on everything but the Coke. And honestly, that New Year's Eve is probably one of the illest I've ever felt. I mean, there have been a couple of times where I felt really ill in my life, but this is definitely up there with one of those times. I was burping so much. I was literally the human equivalent of a wind tunnel. Like, I don't know how I had that many burps fit inside us. It was just like burp. Probably had enough burps inside us to fill up a bouncy castle. And that's one of those big bouncy castles at that. So a little advice, do not drink 3 giant bottles of Coke. It is literally the worst thing you can do. Be careful how much you drink, especially carbonated drinks, because they actually can make you ill. I actually thought I had food poisoning and it wasn't that bad. It's one of the illest I've ever felt on New Year's as well, of all times. Luckily I was fine for the New Year's Eve because I had pretty much spewed it all out by then, but I just felt so bad. I think I was sick down the toilet a few times as well, that's how bad it was. And I just felt like... I just felt so bad, you can imagine. I love exercise of every single type. I love going to the gym and doing cardio. And obviously building some muscles. I'm not trying to become a bodybuilder or anything. I mean, they've got like muscles going out of there and stuff that looks stupid. And literally the arms look something like that. This is my huge bicep. But yeah, I'm not trying to become anything like that. I just want some slightly bigger muscles. Helps you play the drums anyway. During lockdown, I've actually been doing some home exercises. I've been doing like star jumps, jumping twists, shuggies. I've got weird names for them. Press ups, planks, star jumps. I think I've already mentioned star jumps, but you get the drift, those kind of things in the house. And I also like swimming as well, but I don't get to go swimming very often. Another fact about me is I like going on ridiculously long walks. Some of these walks can be 5 miles and some of them can be 20 miles. When I go on my long walks, I literally go everywhere. Like this place, for instance. Come on, Richard, you can do it. Oh. Yes! I came out in one piece. Phew! Sometimes I'm trekking down long footpaths. Sometimes through beautiful scenic places like beaches.
Hello? Is anybody in here? Hello?
Richard Anik, walking around the neighbourhood near you.
Here's a couple of pictures of some of the walks I've did on Strava. As you can see, they're pretty crazy. I pretty much go everywhere. I think I must have been drunk when doing this walk. Looks like someone's just scribbled all over the app. This is what it looks like when you're going to a shop while on a walk. A right mess. And yeah.
Ever since I started losing weight, I wanted to do something that would challenge us, and something I've always wanted to do is the Great North Run. The first year of losing weight, I decided not to do it because I thought it's too much and I haven't lost enough weight, but the second year, I decided to go for it. And basically, I done loads and loads and loads of training and loads of research on YouTube, and I completed the Great North Run. And honestly, it is the most amazing event you can ever take part in. The Great North Run is literally, you can't really put it in words, it's just a really magical event, and anyone who loves fitness and exercise in any way should train, research and sign up for the Great North Run because I really, really recommend it.
Oh!
Oh no, what's that?
The wasp landed on my thumb. Hello. Hello, I'm running, as you can tell, and I'm absolutely knackered, but I've still got loads of energy left. High five some people.
Thank you very much.
It's IPM. It's just shit.
No, it's not.
I think I'm 50-50. Like, tiring but exciting. And I'm sweating buckets. I think everyone likes being on camera. Still going. Woo! Can God turn the sun down a little bit? Just a few degrees and I'll be happy. People are throwing bottles like rockets. Here's the World War II. Now you've got World War II with plastic bottles. People are using them as weapons. Carbohydrates, man.
We can do it, we can do it. From Newcastle to South Shields, 13.1 miles down the road, you've got your halfway mark.
This is my Great North Run medal from the first year that I did it, back in 2018. And this is my 2019 medal from last year, and I like this one better. And yeah, it's great to own these two medals, and I've never actually worn two medals at one time, but I have for this video. Great North Run. Sadly, I didn't get to do the Great North Run this year because of obvious circumstances. It was cancelled pretty early in the year, thankfully. They decided to cancel it, and I'm actually happy they cancelled it because I would rather not do all the training and learn last minute that it's been cancelled. It's a bit gutting, especially since this year was meant to be the 40th anniversary, and I was really looking forward to doing the run again. I love doing the training. It's not just the run, it's going out and going on the bus and doing training at all these crazy places. Like, I literally get the bus to Seaburn Beach or somewhere random than that and just start running. Hopefully next year the Great North Run's back on, because I'm going to run it again. If the Great North Run is on 2021, you can count me in. So I'm a massive film and TV nerd. You can probably guess by the fact I make YouTube videos that I actually love film and TV in general. I love everything from Marvel to disaster movies to horror films to action series to just everything. I actually would love to be an actor in a series. If I can't be an actor, I would even love to be an extra. So if there's anyone filming a series and want to hire extras, you can count me in. I would love to be a zombie in the background of like 100 zombies or something. That would be so cool. Or even the extra in Doctor Who or something, like just someone walking down the street. But yeah, apart from that, I just love watching all sorts of awesome stuff. I would love to have a Netflix party with a bunch of friends. RichyzVlogs fan meetup Netflix party, if that's ever a thing, I would love to do that. Me and like 100 fans sitting in front of a big screen outside watching Netflix and having pizzas. That would just be like a dream come true. You'll probably catch us in the cinema about 30% of the time. 30% is quite a lot considering I'm quite a busy person. So I've been on TV. Remember that video on my channel that I filmed years ago? The storm in Newcastle? Well, a TV company called Pioneer Productions messaged us on YouTube and asked if they can use me clip on the TV show the year that Britain flooded. And yeah, here's that clip.
This is crazy.
Huge amounts of moisture.
The conditions for a perfect storm. Warm air, saturated with water, meeting cold air streaming in from the Atlantic. Their collision produced spectacular results.
This is absolutely ferocious here. Like, I'll bring it back when it's over.
I'm not sure I've been on TV and any other things, but I know I've been on Andex Saturday Night Takeaway. It was a clip of where I was in the Metro Centre and I had came to the Metro Centre for Andex TV something or another. I can't remember what it was, but yeah. Basically, we were filming the Metro Centre and I was part of the crowd. And I was with Charlotte, and me and Charlotte were just jumping up and down like maniacs trying to get on camera. But literally, you can only see me forehead. So yeah, random storm video and tops of our foreheads have made it a TV. So this is a very embarrassing story. Basically, there was a party that I went to in the middle of Newcastle and I got pretty drunk. We were allowed to bring my own alcohol, so I kind of went to the cheap shops and bought some cheap booze and I decided to get drunk. I fell down because I could hardly keep up. I was walking up a bank and I could hardly keep upright. And I fell down and I was in such a rush to get back up because I was scared of being seen by someone because I felt so embarrassed that I basically got up really quickly, but in doing so, I basically pushed my whole body weight up on basically my hand. So imagine this hand's the floor. I went like this and I was basically halfway up and two of my fingers slipped and I basically ended up lifting my whole body weight on these two fingers here, and it was mostly that finger there. So my whole body was being lifted up on that finger, and at the time I didn't feel any pain because I think I was in such a panic to get up and I was so drunk that I had kind of numbed the pain. But when I got home I was in absolute agony. My whole hand was hot. This whole area was swelled up a bit like how your hands get in the cold, and the whole area was red. And I was like, what on earth, what's going on with my hand? And I noticed that my finger was slightly bent, and as you can see today, it's still slightly bent. I don't know if you can see that there, but look. It arches like that. 5 years ago this happened and my finger's always been in that position. I can straighten it. If I push the muscle like that I can straighten it, but its natural position is like that, if you can see. I find it hard to do with the other ones, but that one it just naturally does that. So weird. It doesn't bother us, it doesn't hurt anymore, obviously it's healed. Like I can bend them fine, it doesn't cause any pain, but yeah, it's just always in that position. So yeah, this is a memory of the stupid things that have happened to me in the past, but I'll probably not get that drunk again. I don't know how I managed to get home because I was so drunk and could barely walk, but I think probably the adrenaline rush from falling over probably got us the rest of the way. I'm guessing anyway. I've been abroad 5 times in my lifetime. The first place I went to was Amsterdam, and I was about 16 years old and I went on the ship. And basically I spent a night on the ship and only spent about 3 hours in Amsterdam. So basically the majority of the holiday was actually on board this cruise liner. But the cruise liner was so good. I actually absolutely love going on cruise liners. I mean, I've always been into ships in the first place, but being on this ship was pretty awesome. But Amsterdam was pretty crazy as well. Obviously there's a lot of drugs and stuff go on in Amsterdam, and I was too young at the time to really comprehend what was going on. But if I went these days to Amsterdam, I would be so tempted to actually probably try some space cake, but back then I didn't really know what a space cake was. I was only young. But we just kind of looked around some gift shops and went into McDonald's and had a look around the scenery. That was pretty much the majority of my trip in Amsterdam. And I had a little bit of disaster because I spilled some ice cream on my t-shirt and I was in public and felt embarrassed, and I tried to wipe it up as quick as possible. But yeah, that's me, pretty much my Amsterdam experience. My second holiday was Disneyland Paris. Basically we had an 8-hour coach ride all the way to the bottom of the country, and I was absolutely coach lagged to hell. If coach lag is a term, I was just like, ugh. But then I was excited because obviously I was going on a cruise liner. This cruise liner only took about 1 hour or something like that to get over the Channel River or whatever you call it. And yeah, I went to Paris and I went to Disneyland. Now that was a great experience. Honestly, going to Disneyland was awesome. I went on like pretty much every big ride there. I really wish I had photos and better memories of it, but the hotel room I stayed in had some nice Nutella, and I had a bit more Nutella than you probably should have on a slice of toast. And they had a drinks machine in the hotel room, but I didn't want to get a drink out because apparently they charge you and they're quite expensive, so I refrained from doing that. But I think they had a normal drinks machine downstairs anyway, so I just went to that one because that one was quite cheap. It was so big though. I think at the time I was quite young and I couldn't really comprehend how big that was as well. I know there was like separate bits. There was an outside bit, like a Hollywood sort of like ride area as well, and like big coach parks, and there was just all sorts there. It was crazy. I would love to go back one day. Maybe one day in the future I'll go back to Disneyland. Who knows. Third holiday I went to was Benidorm in Spain, and that was my first holiday in a tropical place, and it was pretty cool. It was mostly cafes with tribute acts and stuff, and I spent a lot of time in the internet cafe because obviously I was quite obsessed with the internet back then. But yeah, it was still my first tropical holiday and it was pretty cool. I liked the swimming pool in the hotel, obviously.
Oh.
Holiday I went to was Tenerife, and that was probably one of the best holidays abroad I've ever been on. Tenerife is such a lovely place. I stayed in Los Americas, and basically the beach, the sand on the beach is black there, but it's just normal sand, it's just a darker colour, but it's actually lush. And I swam in the sea. I went to some theme parks. I went to the Parrot Park, the Jungle Park. I really recommend the Jungle Park, that's the best park in Tenerife. Oh yeah, and I went to the Siam Water Park there as well, that's pretty cool. I recommend going there. There's a big slide there where you have to cross your legs and arms like that and you go down. And I know some people have actually had really bad accidents and maybe even died on them slides. They're so dangerous, but as long as you cross your arms and legs and don't let go of them down the slide, you should be fine. But yeah, that was a really good holiday. Oh yeah, and I went to Mount Teedy as well. I didn't get to go on the very, very summit of Mount Teedy because we didn't have time. There was like a monorail going up to it, but we just didn't get time to do that. But I had to wander around. Towards the top, I scribbled on some rocks my name. It's probably still there because I don't think it ever rains up Mount Teedy. So if you ever climb Mount Teedy and see my name on some rocks, then it's probably from me like more than 10 years ago. And honestly, it's so good because Mount Teedy is like a dormant volcano, and I love volcanoes and anything like sci-fi-ish, and it was just an awesome place to explore. I would love to go back there as well. I just love being in tropical places. I miss the tropical air and palm trees. And the last holiday abroad, which was also about 10 years ago I went on, was to Salou in Spain. And I went to the theme park, Portaventura, and it was awesome. It was kind of similar to Flamingo Land in a way, it was quite good. And Disneyland, it was like a cross between the two. It was very tropical and there was plenty of rides there. There was a big roller coaster. There was this ride underground which was basically a simulator of like a submarine. And you queued up and there was some crazy music playing, and then you went on the simulator, and that was pretty cool. There was some gift shops and they sold like mystical stuff like incense and oil burners and stuff, and that interested me. And I went to the drink machine about 1 million times because obviously it's hot there and I was thirsty, and plus I love drink machines for some reason. I spent the rest of my time in Salou pretty much walking about the stalls, and I think I swam in the sea there as well. I went on the banana boat. And yeah, it's been a long time since I've been on holiday abroad, but I would love to go on holiday abroad again. I kind of miss it. Hopefully next year or the year after, or just sometime in the near future, I can go back abroad because I really love it. This basically started when I was 9 years old. I was in Vision Express with my mum because my mum was getting some new glasses at Vision Express and I happened to be with her. And for some reason, while I was in Vision Express, it kind of inspired us to have a look at my own eyes, and I turned around to my mum and said, "Mum, I think I've got some blurriness in my eyes as well. And I realised my vision in one eye was starting to get a little bit blurry. So my man decided to get an eye test and get us some glasses. So I wore these glasses for a little bit, but my eyes continued to deteriorate to the point where my glasses didn't work anymore. So I got an eye test at the hospital, and they found out I actually had an eye condition called keratoconus. So basically I decided to get surgery on my right eye. I went to the hospital after all my tests, and basically I got a corneal transplant. Corneal transplant is where they take the cornea part of someone else's eye and put it in your eye. So I came out of hospital, I got loads of nice meals in there. I actually quite like hospital meals. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. Especially the puddings. Once I got a treacle pudding there and it was lush. Anyway, my vision was blurry a little while after that, and it finally healed. My eye was sore after a while. Obviously the image of my eye all red is a bit disturbing, but oh well. I'm sorry if these pictures gross you out, but they all add to the experience of the fact, so I decided to include them anyway. So, my second eye operation. So usually when you get blurry vision in one eye, your more dominant eye tends to take over, and because of that, you sort of get a kind of lazy eye effect happen in the blurry eye. So basically what happened is my eye muscle in that eye weakened, and the muscle pulled apart to try and separate the blurry vision from the clearer vision in the left eye. So basically what I ended up is having double vision. So basically I would end up constantly cross-eyed because my muscle would have moved over time to one side, causing two separate visions. I'll give you an example. So basically I was given a new pair of glasses, and these new glasses had a little piece of plastic on them, and this piece of plastic was called a prism. Basically this prism had little rough edges on it, so basically it bends the image. Since I was cross-eyed, my left eye was facing slightly to the left. Basically what the prism done is bended the light slightly to the right. It compensated for the vision being slightly to the left, so that it would straighten the vision, if you get what I mean. I've actually got a pair of old glasses from the time, and I've had these glasses for about 15 years now. These are the only remaining pair of glasses from then that I still actually have. All the other glasses got chucked out, but this pair I've kept. The vision's, oh god. If you want an example how blurry the vision is out of these glasses, that's pretty much what the vision's like. The only problem was with wearing these prism glasses is that the vision out of that lens with the prism in was slightly blurry, because obviously you're looking through a little piece of plastic. So eventually I decided to get surgery. So eventually I got to the point where the vision was getting blurrier in my left eye, and it was almost as bad as the right eye. If you're wondering what this thing is called where you get double vision, it's called a squint. I know squinting's like that, but this is a different type of squint. So eventually I decided to get surgery to correct it, and I seen a different surgeon for this one, and they basically told us they would have to operate on the opposite eye. Even though I had the muscle problem in the right eye, I had to do it in the left eye because I had already had surgery in the right eye, and my right eye would have been too weak. Basically I came out of it, I had a low red eye, and yeah, now I've got perfect non-double vision. I still wear contact lenses in both eyes. I think that eye is actually on par with how bad my right eye used to be. It's literally about 30% vision, and when I put the lens in it goes from 30 to about 85%. I mean, it's not the best, but it's much more of an improvement on 30. I am hoping one day to get surgery on my left eye. Hopefully they can operate on that eye since they've already done a surgery on there, but I don't see why not. Because of the problem I have in my eye with a curve, not a lot of contact lenses can actually fit on the eye. A lot of them fall off. I have to wear a special lens in that eye which is shaped to the cornea. Lenses are a pain in the backside, honestly. If you get dust in your eyes while wearing a contact lens, it is the most painful thing you'll ever experience. So yeah, that's me 2 eye operations I've had. And I've also got a permanent scar from one of my eye operations as well. Thankfully it's not very visible. It doesn't bother us. Apparently it heals up over time, over a lot of years, but it's just like a little grey mark in my eye. So as you can see, I've got a little grey mark on my eye there. It's a permanent reminder of all the eye surgeries and hospital visits and years of eye problems that I've had. It's almost like having a little tattoo. Nature's tattoo. So a long time ago, before I was born, my dad used to brew his own alcohol. Basically he would make his own wine and own beer and stuff like that. And he's told me about the stories of alcohol he's brewed in the past, so I decided, And then a couple of years ago, my brother-in-law, he decided to try brewing his own beer as well. And then I've seen a video on YouTube about making dandelion wine, and I just got inspired. I was like, I've got to make my own wine. There's all these things I'm seeing about making wine on the internet. So that's exactly what I did. I was originally going to try and make dandelion wine using the recipe, but I didn't really want to do it because basically all the dandelions in the field had insects on and they were just gross. I decided to buy a winemaking kit from Wilco's instead. At the time I didn't have a demi-john or all that professional equipment, so I just used a plastic bottle of spring water from Morrison's and made the wine in that. And that was the first wine I made, and it was actually really nice, even though it's brewed in a plastic bottle with a balloon. The second wine I made was red wine, and that turned out really nice as well. I'm not sure how I've managed to drink all this wine, but I think the fact I made it made us drink it even faster. Obviously by then I had done a bit of research and got used to filtering equipment and stuff, and I tried to use coffee filters to filter it. It ended up taking forever just to filter through a little bit of coffee paper. I had a lot of things go wrong and I had a lot of things go right, but the wine always turned out really nice. Third wine I made was Chardonnay. I had got this little filter bag. It filtered a little bit of the sediment out, the large bits, not the small bits, but the large bits. And I decided that'll do for filtering. I mean, you can buy filtering kits on eBay, but I thought, I don't need to filter it that good, I'm not selling the wine. This bag is good enough for the large bits. It had quite an alcoholic kick to it, and it was quite sweet, and it was just really nice. And the latest wine I've brewed over lockdown is rosé. Basically, I kept my wine in the boiler cupboard to ferment, because that's the warmest place in the house, and it was bubbling away like crazy. I think every wine I've made has bubbled away like mad. I think my latest wine I've made is actually the nicest wine I've made. I mean, the elderflower wine, the first one I made was pretty nice, but I think the rosé tops it above all of them. Honestly, if you want to take up a hobby, do wine brewing. It's actually surprisingly easy. It only takes about 2 weeks to brew some wine, and the kits only cost about £20 or something from Wilco's, so I recommend you go to Wilco's and buy a winemaking kit. A word of advice though, read the instructions about adding the water and stuff properly, because I've done a lot of mistakes where I've put too much water in because I haven't read it properly. And here's some rosé I brewed earlier. A toast to YouTube. Ah, wow. Whew. There's nothing quite like homemade wine. So, I actually own a piece of real Titanic deck chair. No, it's nothing that big, it's just a little thing. Basically, there was a drawing competition way back in 2005 in the newspaper, and basically it said if you draw the Titanic, you can be in with a chance of winning some deck chair. And I was like, oh my god, I'm actually good at drawing. In this competition you can actually win a genuine piece of Titanic. My mum rang me school and told them about the Titanic thing, and my teacher in the school at the time suggested that I actually draw the Titanic in school, because I've got loads and loads of books in school. They've actually got books about the Titanic. I went to the school library and got a book, and I decided to use the pictures in that book as references to draw the Titanic. So I drew this picture on an A4 piece of paper, and it was basically a side view of the front of the Titanic. I was doing still light art at the time, so I was pretty good at it. And I didn't directly copy off the picture, but I used a lot of pictures as references and kind of drew me on. And I sent it away to the newspaper, and a few days had passed and I basically forgot about the whole thing. My teacher got a call from my mum, and my mum sounded really excited on the phone, and I could hear the conversation, blah blah blah, drawing, blah blah. And then my teacher put us onto the phone to my mum, and my mum said, Richard, you've won the competition! And I was like, oh my god, I've won. I really did not expect to win, because it was a competition in the newspaper and probably hundreds of people entered the same competition, but I did. I was just absolutely blown away. Sadly, I haven't got a copy of that drawing that I sent in, but I know it's out there somewhere. But here's what I won. It's just a tiny little piece of deck chair. Apparently it was recovered by divers. That little piece of wood there is part of one of them, the deck chairs. Recovered fragment of deck chair from RMS Titanic. And yeah, it's a framed picture. And I've had this since 2005. It's been hanging up in all the houses since then. I haven't got anywhere to hang it in this bedroom because I've got dream catchers everywhere. But Next time I move house, I'll definitely have a designated spot for this. I'm guessing it's actually probably valuable, this. I don't want to sell it because it's mine, but I'm guessing this is pretty valuable now. Who else owns one of these? Shame I can't get a whole deck chair, but where on earth would I put the thing? It would probably be quite rusty now, I'm guessing. Whoever dived in the water and recovered that, kudos to you for being a very skilled diver. And yeah, that's me piece of Titanic. Put it somewhere safe. So, as you can imagine, I play a lot of computer games, but one game I play which a lot of people will probably be glad to know, probably one of my favourite games of all time, is Minecraft. I basically started playing Minecraft about 10 years ago, and I've been playing it ever since. I especially like Sky Wars and the Hunger Games on servers. They are some of my favourite mini games. Of course I like single player as well. I love all the new updates that add in all the time.
And what would this video be without a let's play of some sort? Now this is probably going to be the shortest Minecraft let's play in the world, but I've got to keep it short for the video. So we're going to go on single player, and we're going to create a new world. I'm going to call this world 50 random facts, because that's the video this let's play is on. And so, seed for the world. What should we call it? Should we call it RichyzVlogs, an obvious choice, or should we name it something very weird? Richard is a good Samaritan. That's so random. Okay, and an exclamation mark. That's going to be the name of, well, that's going to be the seed of the world. And basically the aim of this whole entire let's play is just to build a house. It's a pretty simple aim, but I've got to keep it short for the video, so yeah. I like this new loading screen. And yeah, trees. That's great. Off to a good start. Yeah, I'm basically going to do the very Minecraft basics here. I just wanted to give you like a demonstration of my let's playing abilities. I don't know how much wood I'll need to build this house. I'm going to make it a very, very small house. So, probably not a lot. Should just make an axe. Actually, I'll make wooden tools while I'm doing nothing, because it'll speed up the process. Okay. Need some sticks for torches and stuff. And where should we build our house? How about in those trees over there? That looks fancy. Yeah, we're going to build a house in between those two trees. And so I'll have it on this level. So I'm going to make a spade, an axe, and a pickaxe for stone stuff. Okay. This is going to be a very quick Minecraft let's play. I've probably said that about 100 times now, but I just want to reiterate the fact to myself. That's about how deep it'll be. Let's get some more wood. I'm gonna make some stone tools. This is a nice colour wood. I think I'm going to build my house out of this wood. Right in between the two trees as well, so it'll match. That should be enough. I'm not building a mansion. Right. Gonna put a floor down. Make a stone pickaxe while I'm at it. Still got a bit of wood left from the other trees. Dig this out.
yeah, ready to put down a carpet, so... It's going to be the floor, and it's going to be my wall. It's going to be my ceiling. I'm going to make it 3 high, because that's just how high I like ceilings. Oops. My beautiful house. Well, some kind of house anyway. Let's see if I can get this house built before it turns to night time. Got a stray bit of wood there. How come the planks are so much more warm coloured than the actual stump? That doesn't make sense. That's brown and that's like ready brown. I'll blame the texture creators for that one. It's a very dull looking house. Needs some torches. Very rustic looking though. Kind of like a log cabin. I'm going to leave that as part of the structure because it looks cool. It's like the trees growing out the side of it. And, oh damn, I'm out of wood. Oh, poop. What am I doing? That should be enough. I can't remember how you make a door, so I'm just going to make like a little stupid hatch thing. It'll look pretty rubbish, but, you know. It's been a while since I've been on single player. I play on servers most of the time. Oh, got a stone axe, haven't I? Oops, that's the wrong type of tree. What am I doing? I'm making loads of mistakes already. I'm out of Let's Play practice. I don't really do it very often. So, excuse me rubbishness. Okay. Oh, it's too wide. Oh well. Let's make a fancy looking path. Just because I want to. Make a little steps going up to it. And... oops. That didn't last very long. It's a good job I've got some cobblestone so I can make a stone one. I'm going to make a little bridge going over this river. Over there. And then that'll be the end of the house. Oh yeah, and I'll add some torches as well, of course. Why am I making didgeridoo sounds? Staircase. What the heck? It's daytime? There's a zombie. Get spaded to death. How slow is this shovel killing the zombies usually? Why is the axe a bit quicker? Oh. Could have been a placebo, but it seemed quicker to me. Okay. We've got a monster kill in this video. That's a pretty cool addition to it. I'll tidy that up afterwards. I just want to get this thing down. And for the bridge, I'm going to make it out of stone. I need to find some coal. I don't know how much stone I'll need. I'm just kind of digging randomly right now. I'll get it up to 30. Oh, 30, there we go. Is there any coal in here? Can't say a thing. Let's get this bridge done. Don't know why I'm cleaning up the area for. Just time wasting. Okay, house is almost done. I just need the last thing, and that's coal. Oh god. There's gotta be coal around here somewhere. Big cave looking thing over here. Maybe they still have coal. I kind of enjoy Let's Playing actually. This is fun. Iron. Why the hell did I do that? Oh my god, I hope I can find my house again. Oh, it's just there. Oops. That was a novice rookie mistake right there. I've just jumped right down a big hole and died instantly. I love this new swimming thing. It's so cool. Swimming in Minecraft used to be so slow. I'm gonna have to hurry up and get these torches because the video is gonna end up like so much longer than I wanted to. This is only meant to be a short Let's Play, guys. Hope you're enjoying it though. Okay, attempt number 2. Let's go in the ravine properly. Go down slowly instead of just diving in. Luckily... Oh yes, coal. Coal. I found the thing I wanted. And I'll take the torches as well. Hello? Any creepers in here? I'll not go in there just in case there is. Don't want to get blown up. 2 deaths in a short Let's Play. Yeah, I've got to get out this joint. Ooh, look at all this dirt. Where did I even get 64 dirt from? You lose track of what you actually mine and dig in this game. Like, I didn't realise it came to 64. Oops. Random. Let's go back home. It should be this way. Random place in dirt for no reason. Here it is, my beautiful short Let's Play house. Time to add the torches. I'm gonna put 2 there. I'm gonna put 2 in the back and 2 here, and I'm gonna put some along here as well. So, welcome to my beautiful home. We've got the nice little bridge here, and we've got the staircase, and 2 very randomly placed torches up there, and here we go. My beautiful house. Isn't it lovely? It's very minimalistic. And yeah. Ouch. Die, 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 I'm probably gonna die. I'm dead. So yeah, that's me Let's Play. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe in the future I might do some Let's Plays, but I might live stream and then make them about 2 hours long. I am actually considering doing some Let's Plays in the future, but I'm gonna have to figure out how, what channel I'm gonna do on, if it's this one or a different one. If you have any suggestions on how I should do these Let's Plays, then please share. Anyway, moving on. I'm actually a pretty good dancer. I can do a lot of dance moves, but one dance move I love to do is the floss. Cue the epic floss montage. So yeah, that's the end of the 50 random facts video. I hope you enjoyed. I put a lot of work into this. I've had a lot of fun going about filming the scenes for this, and I've also ran into a lot of problems with filming, like cameras dying equipment malfunctioning and all that. But overall, it's been an absolute blast to film. So please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's a little side video I filmed on how I made this video. It's basically a behind the scenes video of how I vlog. It's quite interesting to watch and quite funny. The video will pretty much show you just how much work's went into this video. And I had a load of fun filming and editing that one as well, so please watch that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Peace out!